What's up, everybody? It's Michael. This is my YouTube channel, and this is my analog video setup. And this is where I do all of my analog video visual effects and cool stuff like that. You probably, if you haven't checked out already, that I have like a video that goes over some of this. It's not really good because I kind of just did it. I winged it pretty much. And since then, I've gotten some new gear like that. Video corrector. And before I get too sidetracked, the purpose of this video is to show you this. My VCR setup. I've got 3 VCRs, video cassette recorders, and I am duplicating VHS tapes. Why would I do that? Because people like VHS tapes, and I can sell VHS tapes, and this is a really awesome way to actually make some money off of my visuals. So what I've done here is I've taken the visuals on my laptop, the final visuals from a project. You can watch those on my YouTube channel. There's a bunch of stuff. And I'm basically sending it to my downscaler, which I have since upgraded to a TV1 universal scaler. There you go, right there. That's the model right there. These things are pretty hard to find nowadays on eBay, so I was lucky to find one. This thing's like broadcast quality downscaler, which converts digital signals into analog for use with this kind of gear, and I just decided to get that because it's way more reliable. Those Amazon converters are good, but they're cheap for a reason. They can probably die unexpectedly or just do weird things sometimes. And ignore all of this gear here because it's not part of the chain of my VCR setup. The only other thing is this. My Elite Video Broadcast processor. It's basically just like enhancing the video a tiny bit, tweaking it to make the signal a little cleaner, stronger, and then it goes through a long video cable into my VCRs, and so actually into here, and then to my VCRs. This is so I can time-base correct, or just make sure that the video signal that's coming into my VCRs is smooth. And yeah, I'll just show you how it's done. So I'm gonna turn on my CRT TVs and going to turn on my VCRs, and this is going to sound really cool. It's like all 3 of them turning up at once. Actually, they didn't make a sound, but they will make a sound, and it sounds really cool. And I gotta turn that on. First, let me show you what happens. I've got my visuals queued up as a clip in Resolume. Focus. There we go. And video can start, and when I set the right input here, you'll see it. And so I've got each VCR is connected to one of these TVs. I think how I set it up is the bottom one is this one, middle one is this one, and the top one is that one. So I can see the signal that these 3 VCRs are receiving all at the same time. Let me turn that down. Just to be sure that there's nothing wrong going on while recording. And what else? So I've got my VHS tapes. I've got like an absurd number of these that I ordered, blank ones. You can always find blank ones on eBay or other sites that specialize in duplicating tapes. The one I use is called Duplication, and they sometimes sell blank tapes. These ones had the tab down, which if you don't remember about this quirk about VHS tapes, is that if it has the tab, the plastic tab that covers up this hole missing, you can't record. So I, for now, put tape on top of it so I can record. So I'm just gonna put this into here, this one into here, and the third one into there. I'm just gonna rewind just to be sure that all of them are starting at the very start of the tape. And next step is to get it ready for recording, so I just press play and pause really quick. It's staticky because, well, there's nothing on the tape. And do that again. So yeah, we are all ready to go with these wonderful static images, meaning we have a brand new tape ready to be recorded on. And these counters are at -1 second. I don't know if they're just off by a second, but that doesn't matter too much. And I've never tried to do this with one hand, but what happens is I prime all of these for recording. You see the screen goes black because it's going to show what the VCRs are receiving. That's why I like to look at what's happening to make sure that the signal's alright. And when I press pause, it'll turn off the pause, it'll start recording in real time on the tape. Audio is literally just a headphone jack out, and it's running to the back of these, and I've just chained them together. And then I've chained it back to this amplifier, which is speakers. That's how I can hear the audio at the same time. And yeah, let's do it. Can I set this down and actually have all three start? Let's just do it. 3, 2, 1. Now I like to have a 5-second gap at the start before I actually click on the video for it to trigger. And there we go. We have started recording this 35-minute set of visuals. Every time I look at this, it kind of amazes me because I just think this looks really, really cool. Having these VCRs and these TVs just in my closet, and having this wild stuff going on. I like find myself watching my visuals as they're recording, but I really should be doing other things, so I'm not like spending so much time watching this, because so my goal is to make maybe like 30 tapes for this particular set, and so as you can imagine, I've got 3 that I can record at a time, so I need to do that 10 times, maybe 10 times 3, 300 minutes, 3 times 10 times 30, math, like 300 minutes worth of recording. But that's a lot better than 900 minutes. So that's why I have multiple VCRs. And yeah, super trippy part of the visuals here. I can always keep track of where we are at, thanks to Resolume's scrubber. And when it reaches the end, that head, playback head, I've set it to where the clip will just disarm, and so it's not gonna loop again, in case I accidentally, miss the end of the set, and like, I don't want the tapes to continue to record. Another thing that's worth mentioning, you may be wondering, like, my video obviously is 16:9 aspect ratio. The video that I would upload on my YouTube channel and would send digitally to people, but analog video is 4:3 aspect ratio. So these are I've made a decision to record my original 16:9 visuals on a 4:3 aspect format just by squishing it. So in reality, what's being recorded onto tape is actually slightly squished and a little bit more vertical looking. But honestly, I don't even think it looks that bad. Like here on this monitor especially, it looks completely normal. The only time it's really kind of noticeable is if there's like a face or a head or something in the visuals, which there are, but even so, it doesn't look that bad. But yeah, I prefer to squish it like that. Sometimes you could have letterbox bars, the top and bottom, but I think that looks really ugly. You're just like not at all maximizing the space, the information you can put onto the tape, because already VHS is pretty low quality. So I want to put as much information I can pack into it as possible. And I can, do this converting easily thanks to this converter. So here we are almost at the end of my visuals. And I've got about 1 minute left. So what I do is I just press stop on all three of them at the same time. So there we go. That stopped them. And now I can, let's turn up the volume here a little bit. I can check each tape. And the cool thing about these decks, these VCRs, is they've got this scrub wheel, which makes it pretty easy to check. And the audio that you're hearing is actually from the tape that was recorded on the tape, the way that I've set this up. So that's how I can also check that the audio worked. And it sounds good to me. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to go rewind somewhere to the middle. Camera's not really liking focusing on this clock, which is a shame. So I'm just gonna press play, and that looks good to me. That was a kind of an odd place. Let me go further. That was like a transition in between songs, so that looked probably kind of weird. Again, an interesting place to stop. This was like an effect I deliberately did in the visuals. You might have noticed in the beginning too, there was like maybe some flickering here and there. That was also deliberate. That was not like any kind of corruption happening in the chain to here. So that's just like my visual style. Old glitches that people used to be mad about now look pretty cool in the digital age. So yeah, obviously the tape is working. Now I'm just gonna go to the very beginning. So we rewind. You know, those Blockbuster VHS tapes had that sticker. Please be kind. Be kind. Please rewind. Something like that. And so, like I said, remember there was that 5-second gap that I put just to kind of add as a little buffer. So it shouldn't be doing anything until, right about now. There we go. So yeah, that's when people buy the tape, put it in their VCR, and they go all the way to the rewind, and it's not like immediately starting, there's a little bit of time to wait. So obviously this tape has recorded just fine. I haven't encountered otherwise, but it's always good to check. And going to eject the tape. Give it to me. There we go. Now I'm going to take off the tape that I put over the tab, or the lack of a tab, and I put it in one of these cases. Here we've got the back of these VCRs. I just pulled out a little bit. So here's where the signal's coming in to the mixer, and then it's coming out. Again, I have it going through the mixer just to time-based correct anything that might go wrong. And these are just going straight into the inputs of these VCRs. And the nice thing about these VCRs is they have S-video inputs, which, if you don't know, S-video is another analog video format like composite, but it separates chroma and luma into 2 channels, so the signal is a little bit better quality, and it's sharper and deeper blacks and all, good advantages like that. So that's why I really like using these decks. And you can see the output of the audio is changed into the input of the next one. And likewise for the video in some parts. So that's pretty much all there is to it. Powered through that strip right there. Yeah, that's my DIY setup. Stay tuned for any VHS tape drops, and hit me up if you ever want to have tapes duplicated. Thanks, and peace out.